Thanks for coming. I work in forestry, and we decided to combine forestry and fields together because a lot of what happens on the ground for forestry and fields are closely tied together. We're both dealing with vegetation, and we have to work in coordination so that we can complete treatments on the ground. So Don and I kind of put this together. So I'll start off kind of giving you a background of what the forest looks like as far as vegetation goes, and then we'll go, Don will take over and show you what we've been doing under the current plan regulation. So, then we're going to put it on the screen. So, I have to thank Angie for this. I stole part of her PowerPoint. She always starts off with a mission. Went the wrong way. Okay, so the Forest Service mission is to sustain the health and diversity of our forests. So, we're looking at managing the forest over time, for not only you, not only for us, but for our kids and our grandkids. So I got a brand new grandbaby, I want to make sure she has a place to go play. And we want to do multiple use, so we try to do everything all on the same piece of ground. One thing about Tonto is kind of right in the middle of Arizona. Vegetation, as you know, is really, really varied. So this is the terrestrial ecological units. These are the sections. They're really big sections of light vegetation. It's a little coarse for us. The definition was written up here. And I don't know why you got it right through there. And I said those are some big words. So I wanted to go a little closer and look a little more specific at the vegetation. So if you look at Arizona, these are the subsections. And you can kind of see the rim sticking out of there. So the rim kind of, you can see it up here, Flagstaff's up here, and here's kind of the rim. You can see this diversity we have in vegetation across it. But I reread the sub-region scale. So really, this is a combination of climate, rainfall, terrain, topography, and soil. So that's what determines what type of vegetation is going to grow. So if you know the Tonto, we go all the way from the desert all the way up to the mixed conifer up on the top. So we don't have a lot of it, but we got a little bit right along the face of the rim. Now we're going to move forward for it. So instead of looking at the whole state, I decided to kind of cut out the part that's really relevant to us. Now, you'll notice that the desert part, the little lower portion here, down on the bottom, right here, that's part of the desert. So that extends all the way down to the Colorado River down there. So we kind of bounded by the two rivers because the stuff as you head further down, you guys have been down there, it's not really representative of what we have. So this is kind of the big picture of where the Tonto sits. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then these are the types, the subsection types. So starting from the top and going down, the names kind of match what's up there. This Colorado Plateau coniferous forest only occurs in two little spots, right in here and right in here. But it's that whole big piece that extends all the way up to Flagstaff. So that's that ponderosa contact that you associate up there with that Flagstaff, that nice green grass and stuff. That's very important to us because what happens up there influences what happens down here. It's different, but it's one big chunk of forest. Then you have the White Mountain Scarp, the Woodland Coniferous Forest, the White Mountain Coniferous Forest, and the Matazelle Wilderness or Mountains Woodland. Those are those first ones down to this pink. So I throw the district boundaries up in there for one reason. It's kind of, most of the fields work and forestry work that we do are on the Payson and Pleasant Valley districts. And the reason is because of those 5 vegetation types are really that which produces trees and juniper woodlands, and that's where we have the field concerns. And we get issues with stressors like bugs or too thick of stands or stuff that influences our environment and makes things change. So really, that's where we try to protect homes, inner spaces. We try to keep the forest to the point where we can get fire back in there without it going crazy. So, with that said, that's kind of the big picture of where we sit. So your timber portions are up on the top. That's where we do our fields, most of our forestry and fields work. And then there is a piece over in Glow. I'll go back and show you that. There's a piece over there that we do some work. And then that kind of is the big picture. So then I'll kind of show you what we've been doing here in Mason under the current forest plan. But I think I'll turn it over to Don, because we'll do fuel switch. Because in the woods, the highest priority is fuel reduction, so we send fuels out first, and then forestry will follow on.
Good evening, my name is Don Henley, and I'm in charge of fire fuels for Mason and Pleasant Valley. And I started the fuels job in about 2001. I'm here quite a while. A few years ago, we had a bad beetle outbreak, and that's a picture of House of Pine. And there's another picture. So this is something that we had to deal with quickly. President Bush signed the National Fire Plan, which really established the fuels program for the Forest Service. And here to the right-hand corner, the Forestry EIS. That's on their schedule, and they're going to do that legal work for us. So, but everything else is already done, signed, and proposed actions ready to go. Okay, so we started out being aggressive thing, and we learned as we went. In the beginning, it was a little rough. We weren't sure what kind of prescription was right, what was going to work with timber. So after about 2 years of trying, we came up with a really good prescription that works for fuels and it works for timber. We know we have to prescribe burn. This landscape, especially up north, needs fire to survive. One big dilemma for fuels was we've got so many outlying communities, especially on the Mason district. We just can't go out there and light something because I don't have anything to stop it from going into the community. So we knew we had to develop fuel breaks around the communities first, and then move out as I got more money, and then in the interim also doing prescribed burn. Here's another picture of the prescribed burn.
They don't like me.
There's just, the burning treatment area is basically Whispering Pine, Washington Park area, and it's just a picture of the before and after. Timber did a big timber sale in the Verde analysis area, and the whole tree skidded, and then fuels went in and burned it right after. If you drive up the 32 road, Forest Road 32, and look to your right, through the Girl Scout camp, you'll see what it looks like. And it's a great example of fuels and timber working together. This is our line analysis area. This is the timber analysis area. And it's just showing you what we've already accomplished in the analysis area. It's out there by Lower Green Valley area. And this is the Christopher Hunter, obviously Christopher Creek and Hunter Creek. This is a fairly new environmental document, and we've already accomplished that much work in a pretty short period of time.
Question on the legends there, we can't really read what the colors are.
Okay.
So what was the red, what was the yellow, and what was the...
Okay, the red is burning, prescribed burning. Prescribed burning, and the yellow is thinning.
Was the what?
Thinning.
Thinning, okay.
This is our newest analysis area, it's the commercial treatment area, and that is just showing you a proposed action with burning, timber sale, fuel thinning. I was fortunate enough to get $900,000 recently, and we put a fuel break around every community in Myrtle, and will be done tomorrow.
So remember those EA guys, we'll come back and see them again, because like I told you, we work really close together between fuels and forestry. So some of the things we do in forestry, we do contracts with a different kind of contract. We usually do contracts where we're taking a commodity off. So if there's wood out there that needs to be removed for reasons such as fuels reduction and juniper woodland, we'll try to sell it. And that gets the treatment done on the ground and the byproducts removed, and it saves us money. So one of the big things about the change in forestry is we don't go out any longer to find a timber sale to get wood. We go out and we treat an area to achieve a desired condition. So fuels reduction, to provide a fuel break, to restore it, to do something out there. But if we've got trees big enough that they're valuable, we don't want to just pile them up and throw them away. So we try to sell them. So this is how we tie in. So we have active sales in both Globe, Mason, and Pleasant Valley District. So the fuel wood sales, as you look at those top three, one, Chris Cobbs in Globe, she flies here in Mason, Peyton's over in Pleasant Valley. And that's really a fuels reduction or a juniper woodland restoration. So we're trying to get back into grass, and we've got junipers approaching. Then stewardship projects and multi-product sales, that's bigger trees. That's ponderosa pine, and we're trying to open up the stands and get it to a desired condition, get it on the road to grow new baby trees and start it growing. So what happens there is we not only take the trees out, but we also either do a service contract out and remove the biomass and small stuff from underneath, or we allow them to take that as well as part of the biomass and take it off the lately they can burn it. So we don't really care what they do with it, just as long as they remove it. And it reduces the number of piles that Don's got to deal with. And then the task orders. Forestry is coming online, so it gave us another tool. Forestry is actually a contract that's already been let out, and what we do is issue task orders against it. So what it does is it gives us another way to get an area treated. And what that does is they pay us for the stems, we pay them to do the thinning. It's basically what it is. So it's just a swap. So it saves us a lot of money. Some of these thinning contracts run up $300 to $1,000 an acre to thin. Whereas with the stewardships, well, they cost about the same for the thinning stewardships. But the task orders, we can get it down to $25, $50 an acre because of the value of the trees. So it's really a plus for us to get stuff done. And again, they have no piles. So this is the line analysis that you saw earlier. But the blue that's been added are multi-products treatment areas where we went in behind fields after they had done their thing. We went in and we sold the trees, we thinned the area out, and thinned the understory at the same time. So everything was done at once. And what you see is really nice. Since these are woolies, we made a line. We did the same thing now with the Christopher Hunter. So this is one of the first task order areas right here that was put up, and then this will be the one we're working on now. So it'll create a line right here along the bottom along the highway, where we have a defensible area we can keep fire from getting up on there. That's the last piece of green we got. It's kind of important to us. So this is kind of what commercial fieldwood looks like. A lot of juniper areas, woodland areas are overgrown, juniper pinyon types. Some of them used to be savannas and grasslands. Some of them were always a persistent juniper. And what we do is basically, you'll recognize it kind of looks like a field break tree there. But we didn't pay for this. Somebody did it for us, and they got the wood. We actually sold them the wood. So they treat it and they turn it back into that grass line, and you can see the grass response we get. So it works really good. And then you go into the stewardship contracts. And these are ponderosa pine type. And it's kind of hard to see, but some of those trees have yellow on them. But you can see how thick the understory is. We got a lot of lattifules growing in a lot of those areas. So we kind of come in and we thin underneath. We take some of the pine up, kind of break the pine canopies. This was the first move towards the Passock guidelines where we're starting to get groups with open space around them. Should work really good. But you still have, with a stewardship, you still have piles. So that's one of the things we're trying to move away from as we go to multi-product sales and task orders. So this is the multi-product contract that was done on Lion Springs. So you can see the understory. Very dry, kind of site. It's got a lot of oak. a lot of manzanita growing in it, and it creates one heck of a fuel problem when you're right below the community. So you can just see how thick it is. So what we did is we actually sold it, and we allowed the contractor to take the biomass as he was doing his operation and doing performance, because they're using heavy equipment now, so you can't just cut one tree. You're going to either damage everything around it, or you need to take it out. So we allowed him to take it. It always needed to thin from below as well, so we got 2 treatments done all at once. We got both the pre-commercial thinning done, and we got the timber sale done at the same time. And this particular operator, we don't have control over what they do with it, but this particular operator took everything out of his chips. He had a market for the chips, so he set some, I think, to Miracle Grow for mulch, and the rest, I think, went up for biomass generation. But it was really nice, because after he was done, you can see all that really thick stuff that was underneath creating that fuel ladder is gone, and we have no piles. So we could put fire right back in this system in about 2 years, as soon as we get something to carry the fire. Don't know if we'll get grass, because it's granite, and I can't make granite grow on, or grass grow on rocks, but hopefully we'll get something. And here's another couple pictures of where they treated right off the side of the